Well, thank you very much for tuning into the Grim and Bloody Theater again. Happy to have you here. Tonight we have a special screening. This is the newest film from Dee Wallace, among other horror vets that you are definitely going to enjoy. So without further ado, let me first introduce my hosts. Without them, we wouldn't be doing this. Joe Flynn from Create TV. Thank you for coming on, Joe.
Always.
A pleasure. And Al Omega, host of the Creature Feature Show. Yeah, good to have you on. And
always good to be here.
Oh, most definitely. And we have the one and only Dee Wallace. Thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure again to speak with you.
Yeah, we're all friends by now, Anthony.
Yes.
I love it. That's awesome. And joining us, we have the writer and director of Stay at Home, Gabrielle Stone and Chris Heck. Thank you.
What's up, everybody?
All right, so we're going to run right into the screening of Stay Home, and immediately preceding that, we're going to come back with Chris Heck, Gabrielle Stone, and Dee Wallace. We're going to talk about Stay Home, what went involved, and how they felt about doing a horror movie from quarantine land. Well, sort of quarantine land. Things are opening up again, but we're slowly becoming aware that shooting in this nature is actually a pretty acceptable, budget-friendly, and effective way of sending scares. So sit back and enjoy for Stay Home.
Hi guys! I am super bummed that they had to cancel Motor City Killer Con, so I figured that I could hop on here and chat with some of you live. I hope you're all staying safe at home and you're not losing your fucking mind like I am during this quarantine. I just figured, you know, if we run out of food, we could always just eat Elvis. Okay, let's do this. Who is going to be my first victim? Here we go, Dario. Hey, what's up, dude? Hello, Dario.
Oh,
Can you hear
my
me?
God. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize wow. Sorry. So stupid. I just can't believe I'm talking to you. Like the Danielle Harris, you know? Like
yeah, that's me. How's it going?
Halloween, Hatchet, Urban Legend. So I was gonna ask you us this year, but beautiful.
Hey,
but I was
Dario, your connection
wondering,
isn't very
You
good.
look so beautiful last year.
Hello. Ah, bummer. Sorry, Dario. Maybe work on getting some better Wi-Fi. Okay. All right. Ooh, let me see here. Yellow mask. Okay, well, that sounds fun. Hello. Yellow mask. Hello. What is with everyone's connections tonight? Dude, I can hear you breathing. Yeah, dude, I don't think you're supposed to be outside. What the fuck? Dude, if this is a joke, it's not fucking funny. Hello?
Hey, Dee.
Hey, baby cakes.
Dee, you gotta tilt the camera up. You gotta look into the lens.
Oh,
Okay, look, hold on. Let me see if I can get
technology.
Barbara on here.
Hey, ladies. Oop.
Hey, baby.
Oh my God, I spilled my wine. I'm drinking a lot of wine lately.
So, Scout, what's going on?
Have you guys heard from Danielle since yesterday?
Not since last week.
No.
So something really weird happened last night. She was doing one of those live things, you know, because KillerCon got canceled.
Wait, what's a live thing?
Oh, I was supposed to do that one.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, what's a live
We
thing?
all were supposed to go to the convention. Anyway, she like let someone in on the live, and then I don't know. It looked like they were actually outside of her house.
What? You mean like a fan was outside of Danielle's house?
Yeah, at first, and then it looked like they were inside her house. And I don't know, Danielle like freaked out. She screamed, and then the camera went black. I mean,
Okay, you're
nobody's
kidding
been
me.
able to hear from her. I haven't even been
Well,
able to get a hold of her.
Did you call the police or something? I mean, maybe they could do a wellness check.
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I think they think it's like a prank or something. They won't even touch it for another 48 hours.
Well, could it be a prank?
No way. She would have told me, and she definitely wouldn't have let it go that far.
Well, what should we do?
I don't know. God, everything's so weird right now. I mean, we live 5 minutes from each other, and we can't even see each other in person.
Screw it. Let's just get in our cars and go
no,
over there.
Dee.
What?
You're like in that, that high age risk range.
Oh, bite me.
Well, we have to do something.
Yeah.
Hey, is the big man back in town?
Brilliant. Call you back.
Oh, well, look who it is.
Kane, I need your help.
What's the matter?
It's Danielle. I think she's gone missing.
Shit. I've been calling her all day and haven't reached her. We're supposed to watch The Bachelor together over FaceTime, but
Okay, that's...
not happening.
Whatever. I think something really crazy happened to her last night. I think that she was attacked, and no one's been able to get a hold of her. I tried the cops. They're not taking it serious.
Whoa.
I mean, I don't know if there's
Take it
anything
easy.
else that I can do.
I'm sure everything's fine. I got a guy that's really good with phones, and he owes me a favor, so let me see what I can find out. I'll go over there myself if I have to.
Okay, well, if you go out, can you please wear a mask?
A mask. I just happen to have a mask. Savini and Cartman made me a mask.
Okay, and this is serious. Okay, look, Barbara is calling. Just let me know if you find anything out.
Will do.
Barbara?
Oh, shit, sorry.
Damn, it's really dark there.
Did your lights go out over there?
No. No, everything's fine here.
That's so weird. I'm in total darkness over here.
Okay, well, I talked to Kane, and he said that he's gonna look into it. So I guess we just wait and see. Barbara, you okay?
I don't know.
I can't really see anything. Is there anybody else there with you?
No. Bob went to Tahoe with the kids.
Okay, well, just be careful.
Wait, I hear something upstairs. Oh my God, do you see that? Is that blood?
Barbara, you need to get out of the house. Barbara, don't get out of the house. Hey! Get out! No! Barbara, go, Barbara! Barbara! Okay. Oh my God, come on, pick up. Dee, you need to listen to me.
Scout,
She's dead. She is dead.
Who?
Barbara. I saw him kill her. The same guy who attacked Danielle.
Okay. Just take some deep breaths, okay?
I'm freaking out.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Don't hang up the phone.
I won't, honey. I won't. I'm with you. Okay.
Please,
Go into the car.
What happened? What's going on? Dee, what's going on? Please, Barbara, please.
Come on.
Dee, just get in the car. Get in the car.
Okay. I'm
Please come here. Just
I'm
get in the car.
I'm getting in the car now, okay, sweetheart? Just hang on. I'm coming as fast as I can.
Please come here, please.
Okay.
Fuck. Okay, just please come here. Just please come here, please.
My
I'm
keys.
freaking out.
All right, I
Freaking
got
out.
him. Okay. Damn you, car!
Dee, behind you! He's behind you! Dee, he's behind you! No! Stop! Stop, Dee! Stop! Oh my god!
Hello,
Kane,
Scout?
where are you? I think that he just killed Dee and Barbara.
Wait, whoa, slow down. What are you talking about?
I was talking to Barbara, and there's this guy in this yellow mask, and then they got disconnected, and then I called Dee, and she got trapped in her car, and he smashed her window, and then he
Shit,
dragged
you gotta
her
call
out,
the police.
Kane.
Hold on. I'm here.
Where?
I tracked Danielle's phone.
Wait, you found her?
Is that some house under construction?
Okay, well, is this near her house?
It's a few streets over.
Kane, I'm freaking out. I mean, you should have seen Dee. Barbara, she was screaming, Kane.
God, I can't believe this. This is fucking nuts. Jesus.
I can't breathe.
It's just empty back here. Oh, God. I think...
What is that?
Scout, look away.
Kane? No.
What the fuck?
No, my God.
It's wet. Is this a fucking joke?
Who is this?
I think...
Please stop. Yes, hello. My name is Taylor Compton. I'm at 1987 Winchester Drive, and I think someone is attacking my friends. I need help, please. Go, please, and help, please. If anybody sees this, there is a man
Is that... Oh my god, it's Danielle. It's Danielle, holy shit! Hello, this is Taylor Compton. I just called. She tried to kill me. Danielle, she tried to kill me.
Hey guys, it's Scout. I just wanted to hop on here and talk a little bit about what's been going on. I'm sure by now you guys have all heard about Danielle, and honestly I don't even want to talk about her. But I just maybe wanted to leave some space here to talk about Barbara and Dee and Kane, and to, I don't know, just keep their memory alive. So maybe if you guys have a fun story about any of them or how they impacted your life, yeah, you guys can request to join and share. So I'll just go ahead and start with Dario Red 13. Hey Dario, how are you?
Hi, Scout. God, it's so crazy everything that happened. You know, I just can't believe that Danielle went crazy like that. But quarantine is affecting everybody in different ways, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have a story to share?
Honestly, not really. I just wanted to offer my condolences. You know, it just seems crazy that Danielle could have managed that all on her own. But I'm just really glad that you stayed home.
And we're back. That was great.
Yes.
That gave me some
Yay.
chills. I would say I've seen quite a few quarantine films at this point. We've had the pleasure of screening a good number, and they were all great. But this one had some legitimate thrills, and I'm wondering if that was a mixture or a part of the writing behind it, the directing, or you guys just had the dream team of horror actors behind this. So I'll put that to you first, Chris. Tell me, what was the inspiration of Stay Home? Was it because, like everybody else, you just wanted to stay active, or was this something legitimate, like I have an excellent story here that just kind of fits this theme that we're in right now?
Yeah, well, so actually, Gabrielle and I did not want to stay active at all. But Dee has the energy of 3 20-year-olds, so she wanted to do something and roped us into it. But we were really happy with, she had this idea of getting some legends together via a Zoom call or something, and it was just kind of very loose. And then from there, we kind of had an idea of who we had cast-wise, and we just tried to write something that would be really fun to watch in quarantine. I think when we started this, it was a little bit earlier in the pandemic sort of situation, and everybody's mood was like really low, and everybody was having kind of a heavy time. And so we just wanted to make something really fun for the horror community that wasn't going to be too heavy.
Yeah.
You feel the same way, Gabrielle?
Yeah, when my mom called me and was like, I want to do this project, I was so not in that creative mindset. And I remember I looked at her and I said, look, the only way I'll do this is if Chris Heck does it with me, and there's no way he's going to do it for this little money. And I called him and was like, yo, do you want to do this with me? And he's like, hell yeah, let's do it. It's like, shit.
Yes, Chris.
So I
didn't get the memo.
I got roped into it by default, but I'm really glad we ended up doing it. It was really cool to kind of craft the script around the horror people that we had involved. So Chris kind of outlined and wrote it, and then I went in and was able to tweak a lot of the dialogue because I know so many of the actors personally. So that was really fun to be able to do. And then it was really just a matter of being creative on how we could make so many of these stunts and things happen. And it ended up being a really cool thing to witness in this kind of quarantine style life that we're now becoming accustomed to. It was totally different than the big sets that we're used to being on. But it worked in this weird, funky way.
Very true. And I have to commend everyone who worked on it. They all did their excellent roles, with Dee especially. I like going like, okay, when Scout Taylor Compton was like calling and like freaking out, I was like going like, what's going on? And it's like Dee's there to say, hey, baby girl, it's okay, it's all right.
Always the mother,
Yes.
Always
mom.
There's
a slasher in the bedroom. Do you really want me to go in? Yeah, sure. Go, kid.
Well, I can say with absolute certainty, sorry, Joe, that, I think it was more of, you had some legit horror actors in this movie just flexing their muscle. And it goes to show you that when you have real actors in front of the screen, it can elevate the story to heights that you probably never imagined. And Chris and Gabrielle, I can throw this to one of you, and then we'll definitely get into Dee. But I'd like to know, how did you assemble a cast this strong?
Well, I mean, that was all Miss Dee Wallace. When Dee calls and says, hey, I want you to do a project with me, you kind of just say yes. So she obviously did Halloween with Rob Zombie with Scout and Danielle, and played Scout's mom. I have since become friends with Scout through that. And, Barbara, she's done Death House with and numerous conventions with, and Kane, she's always at the conventions with. So it was kind of more like, who on your friends do you want to call to get to come play? And it was really great on mine and Chris's end. I mean, when we shot Scout stuff, it was kind of mind-blowing to watch. We'd be laughing and joking around, and then we'd start rolling and just boom, tears and freak out and cry. Like, her and Mom with their highly emotional stuff are just so on the money every take. It was kind of effortless. It was more of just like being like, okay, you need to be here on this line and then do this. So it was really a pleasure to be able to work with so many vets on this, for sure.
And I think it's something too that's super unique to the horror community. It is such a community. You have to use that word. And all
it is. It really is.
Yeah.
They know each other because they've been in films together, but also the conventions, and you're sharing a booth with somebody and you get to know them. So these folks, they're really friends, maybe not exactly how we portrayed it, but they all know each other and are actually friends in real life. So it was that much easier to kind of create that dynamic with them as well.
Now I'll throw this to you, Dee. Amazing performance, I'd say. Absolutely amazing. I know you came on the podcast with us before and I mentioned it, but you probably were personally responsible for dozens of nightmares from Cujo and The Howling. And it's been an absolute pleasure watching all of your performances through the years. And I can say with utmost certainty, you still got it.
Oh, yeah.
You still got
thanks,
it. Yeah,
baby.
you can just keep on keeping on. I swear, you're just going to keep the audiences clapping and cheering and gripping their armrests.
Yeah,
So,
my
another one.
dream is to do a horror film and get murdered and actually die and go out that way.
Well,
right.
my movies, it could happen.
There's going to be a writer-director watching. It's like, okay, that's my signal.
Let's
In
contact Dee Wallace.
a lot more time away from now.
Think of the ratings, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
The
know?
death of Dee Wallace. I see it.
That's right. Coming soon to a theater near you.
I don't support that at all.
accidents happen on the set. I've seen this.
I'll tell you, I've watched my mom die on screen a myriad of times, but the only one that actually upset me was in Rob's Halloween when she is with Michael and he shows her the picture of her daughter and she's like, no! I was like, oh my God, that's me she's thinking about.
You're right, it was.
Terrible.
Yes. Very true.
But you know, I've got to say it was really great to call these friends and acquaintances and say, I have this idea. Do you want to come aboard? And they all said, absolutely, send me the script, let me look at it.
That's awesome.
And then Gabrielle and Chris came up with this really, really good, tight idea that we could all shoot in our own homes with little iPhones and GoPro cameras. And then somehow Chris just worked his magic and brought it all together and did a lot of really good special effects. I mean, we did this on nothing, guys, you know, and it just shows you what you can do with a good idea and good talent.
Right.
For not a hell of a lot of money.
I mean, when we first sat down to go over the script, I was like, okay, so how are we lighting him on fire? How is someone flying out a window?
I love that part.
Chris Heck is a genius in that sense, where we did all those stunts practically. Like it was really, we had to get really creative. Some of the scenes that you see, I mean, everyone that's watching this has now seen the film, but
yes.
So there's no spoilers. When we're in Barbara's bedroom walking through, that's my mom's bedroom. That's Dee's bedroom. So it's like we really had to like fake a lot of things, and in the edit, he really did a great job at putting stuff together. So it's so seamless. You can't really tell, but we had to do a lot of creative stuff to get away with this whole pandemic style of shooting.
Yeah, and it was really important to me that we really honored the rules of the pandemic, right? While we were doing it, to honor it and show that it could be done.
Absolutely.
I want to say, thumbs up for doing practical effects. Just love that.
Yes.
We
eat that up.
We like seeing them.
We eat that up. And
Thank you.
I was going to say the fun part of horror is finding the solutions for challenges that it seems like only our genre is faced with. Like, with the micro shoestring budgets, we have to come up with ways to get it through. And that's the fun part, I think, with horror is coming up with those answers and seeing your efforts play out over the film and the audience enjoy it.
E.T. was supposed to be Steven's little film. It was very, very, very low budget compared to most of the stuff that he'd done. But it was so creative that it just all worked.
Right.
And, during The Howling, we were on the ranch the very last day we could use the ranch, all the generators blew. So we had no power. So everybody pulled up their cars and turned their headlights on, and
That's been done before.
And we lit the scene that way. And sometimes, a lot of times, those things just force you to be really creative, and what comes out of it is just magic.
Totally.
Yes. I work in film myself. I'm actually working on 2 films, and we were just talking about this. Oh yeah, we just filmed it this weekend, and that's one of the things we're always having to work with, and you never know what's going to happen till you get there.
Right. Yeah.
We're doing a scene, and okay, there's supposed to be a kidnapping in a van, and the pictures they had sent of the van they were going to use had seats in it, and it was in good condition. The van gets there. That's not that van. There are no seats in that van. There's nothing in the van. It is obviously been rolled once. The doors don't actually open on one side. And we had to change a lot to make that actually work, but we did. So
yeah, you got to tap dance for sure.
You do.
And you never know what's going to be.
And there's a lot of Gabrielle. What do you call them?
Oh, Easter eggs.
Easter eggs, yeah.
Easter eggs, yes.
A lot of Easter eggs
hidden the howling
throughout Stay Home too, which is we kind of pay homage to the actors or the films that they've been in. And
I think that's what was one of the best parts for Chris and I when this was released. It was released obviously on Bloody Disgusting's YouTube, and it was so cool to see all the comments from people starting to pour in. I think there was one that said, "We must protect Dee Wallace at all costs."
I can believe that.
Just like really fun stuff, and the horror fans really, I think, appreciated it because it was very much so done with the intent just to, be for them.
Yeah, it was our gift to them during the pandemic. That was the whole intention that we did it with.
And I definitely loved it because I saw it on Bloody Disgusting, and then I sent the link to Anthony, and I go, "You gotta watch this,"
Oh, good.
And it's just like, I was like going like, "Hey, the only thing I have a question for Chris or Gabrielle. The thing is, the interviewer, the guy, he kind of was pretty sneaky. I don't know if he was maybe in part of the killing or if he was just an innocent interviewer.
His yellow shirt gave it away.
Yes. See, there's some clues in the ending.
I only noticed that after the third watch. Oh, his yellow shirt.
I told you.
I told you. Trick or treat.
Oh, we had this big discussion if people were going to get it, and I believe my daughter's comment was, "Mom, the young people will get it."
The young people. Chris, I never said the young people. I'm getting. No, I mean there's a couple clues in the final scene that infer that obviously Danielle couldn't have been all those places at once. So.
Yeah.
Correct. And that's why I totally enjoyed it, as I was going to say to Chris and Gab, was that I enjoyed everyone's performance, and I was just like, okay, who is the interviewer? I forgot, his name. So who is that?
Yeah, Amir Talai?
Ollie, yeah.
Ollie? Yeah, and he is
Wasn't he perfect?
Actor.
Yeah.
He was perfect for that. I didn't see it all the way until he kind of gave it away at the end.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have.
When I first sent him to Chris when we were looking to cast that role, Chris was like, "Oh my God, this is literally exactly how I envisioned this person in my head."
Good for you, Chris.
Yeah, no, he was perfect, and it was really important for us to kind of cast somebody that wasn't in the horror scene so much, but he
fit that kind of nerdy, I'm standing in line.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con Hall H.
I like the flying monkeys.
Dressed up in my Star Trek uniform, waiting for my turn. He totally fit that.
Yeah, we sent him because he doesn't know the world necessarily like we do as far as the horror, scene goes. And so we kind of sent him some reference videos of, what the conventions are like and what the fans can be like and things like that. And he just dove right into it and really did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he did.
It's so funny because when we went to go record Danielle's first Instagram live section, she was like, "Oh, you guys must have seen that live that I did." And we said, "No, what are you talking about?" And she has a live on YouTube that was from like a year ago that she just went live one night, and this random guy comes in and he's like fanboying out and starts having this whole conversation. And she was like, "I totally thought you guys saw this," and was like, "Oh, let's do a play on that." And we had never seen it before. It just, that stuff actually happens, which is what makes it even more creepy.
It's very real.
Yeah,
it is very, very
one
real.
of the things I loved most that they wrote in, because I am really technology challenged, and so Gabrielle and Chris wrote in the whole thing about me being too low on the camera and having to turn the camera up and damn technology.
Comedic genius.
Yes.
It was great. I knew exactly how to play it.
True.
And was anybody else having fun with the chatters? I'm assuming it was probably like Facebook or Twitch, but the usernames and what they're saying in the chat.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. When Danielle Harris was about to die, someone wrote "Run, bitch," and I started busting up to no end.
Wasn't me, I swear.
Let Chris speak on that, because we had a bunch of people submit to use their usernames, but that was all him on the back end.
Yeah, so I had to sort of pre-do those, and but we wanted to use real people's Instagram handles, because I hate when it's like so obvious that they're fake handles and
user 123.
Yeah, or I didn't want to accidentally use somebody's real handle without them knowing. So Gabrielle and I just put it out on Instagram and said, "Hey, if you don't mind us using your Instagram handle, let us know." So they're all sort of real people that know us or follow us or whatever. But then I had to come up with all of those things, which was quite the project.
That was
but it was kind of fun too to sneak some stuff in there of what they're saying and whatnot. And I would actually go to YouTube and watch real, live things and kind of take some stuff, that people really say, so I don't run out of ideas. But
right. Yeah. Well, I'm very appreciative of that level of detail. And at the beginning of the pandemic, when we started seeing the horror movies and the quality, it's steadily progressed to the point where I think we can call this style of filmmaking, whatever it is, it should stay, even when things return to whatever normal that we're expecting, because the level of creativity, I think it's still boundless. There's still ways to make it engaging and fun and gripping. And I think with the amount of resources that it takes to make a film like this, which is it's low, because you're at your home, you're relying on the other actors and people to do their part to contribute. I think you can produce more versus having to say, well, we all need to be together for 3 weeks and we have X amount of time. You can actually take your time and really hone in on the scenes and the different parts and really come up with some cool stuff. So I'm hoping that this style of horror actually stays. That's me making an about face and saying, I hope this type of filmmaking it stays for a lot longer.
I hope it stays as long as the quality stays up.
Absolutely. Yes.
I agree.
Quality has to be there.
I think
to bust out a movie in a half a day or something is not what it's about.
I think there's pros and cons of each style of filmmaking. And that's why when Mom first came to me and was like, everybody can just shoot it in their own homes on their iPhone, I was like, no, because that's when you get into trouble, when people think they can just anybody with a camera can suddenly be a filmmaker. I was really adamant that we were only going to do something if the quality was going to be high enough. Hence my my thing of only with Chris Heck.
Sorry,
Joe brought
I
his
missed my
iPhone.
shot.
Good grief. Okay, how do I edit him out here?
Yes.
Gotta get out.
We've been trying to edit him out of our lives for years. I'm watching the whole pandemic and so forth, And of course, I had to go revisit The Hills Have Eyes. And so I'm wondering, Miss Wallace, you ever thought about calling up Mr. Berryman and just doing a scene out there in the desert again, where he's back in his outfit, and you're like, well, at least I'm someplace safe now from COVID. He's moved back there now.
No, but actually, I tried to get a hold of Michael to see if he wanted to do something in this too, and I wasn't able to get a hold of him. And I talked to him since, and he went, "Oh my God, I would have come on in a minute." So if we do a sequel or a take two or some other idea, for sure I will be calling Michael.
Well, if you see him again, tell him to call me. I'd love to have him on my show. What a great guy.
Yeah, he is a great guy. Very intelligent and a lot of fun.
Yes, well, I know you've said that about him, but I also, a little bird told me that when you did The Hills Have Eyes, you were all in one trailer?
Oh, dear God, yes. And the bathroom broke.
Could be exciting if you're not prepared for it.
We were all in one trailer, and the bathroom broke in the middle of the night.
Like
it was fun. Yeah. But, back then we were all just starting, and it was like, well, we're got a lead role in a movie. Who cares?
Right.
That could be a movie right there. A bunch of young actors in a Winnebago go out to the middle of nowhere, and they're the only survivors of the apocalypse.
Guys. There we go.
There you go, Chris. Start writing that one.
I think we just got pitched.
Yeah. I was going to
I'm
ask.
full of them, trust me. People tell me all the time, I'm full of it. I got it. I got movies up my back pocket right now.
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, yeah. So,
No,
I watch way
Chris.
too many movies in my show. So,
Chris, what was your favorite moment of behind the scenes stuff for you?
Oh man. I mean, the whole thing was kind of surreal, honestly, because, I know for Gabrielle, she grew up with a lot of these actors. She's known a lot of these people, but I just grew up as a horror fan, and I grew up watching all of these people in horror movies, and I never told Kane this, but the earliest nightmare that I can remember was I was probably 4 years old, and it was a nightmare of him as Jason, like specifically is Jason. So, Kane Hodder's literally the earliest nightmare, like the first nightmare I can remember.
I'm sure he is for a lot of people.
Yeah. And then I'm directing him, for this movie. So, for me, it was just really getting to work with this talent that we had. Not just because of the repertoire that they come from, but they're incredibly talented. Like Gabrielle was saying, working with Scout, and she just turned it on. Same thing with Dee, she just turned it on. And having Kane and Barbara and Amir just sending us this footage, and you're watching it like, damn, you guys just did this at home, like. So that for me was the biggest highlight, was just working with all these talented people.
And that's fantastic too, because
one of my
go ahead, Dee.
One of my favorite parts in it is when Danielle is talking to the screen and she goes, "All right, now." It's just, she does so much natural stuff in it.
Guys, has anyone noticed what's hanging in Chris's background? Because I just did, and I couldn't keep a straight face.
Yeah, there you go.
No, what? What's hanging in Chris's background? Oh.
Yeah, he's ready. He's prepared for us.
So it was Chris this whole time.
Cheeky.
It was Chris. I knew it.
We knew that. No,
That's
but
great.
Gabrielle.
Yes.
Personally, what was your favorite part about doing this whole thing?
I think for me, it's really fun when we watch it back to know what was actually happening on set. Like, for example, the most of the scenes, if not all of the scenes, I'm dressed as the killer.
Really?
Because I'm kind of the same body height build as Danielle. So that's like me stalking through, the different parts of the house, which felt quite ridiculous. So I think it's just to watch it and know what went into making it and where it ended up. Because, a lot of times with practical effects, they're quite silly when you break them down and you're like, wait, we're going to do what? And it's going to look like this. And then to see it really be pulled off on screen. So I think for me, my favorite part was to watch kind of the journey on where it started to what it ended up looking like on screen.
Oh, that's fantastic. I was thinking you're much taller because, like, when I met Danielle Harris.
But on camera, you can't really tell. But yeah,
that's true.
Very tiny.
No, because it was like, when I like Chris, I'm a big horror fan, grew up watching all the horror films. And I kind of want, like, when I would go to the conventions, I'd be kind of like a little nervous about approaching a celeb. But one year I met Danielle and I got a nice little photo of her, and I was thinking, wow, at least, you know, at least I'm taller than somebody, because everyone else is taller than me.
She's tiny, like, tiny human.
Yeah, it's just like, why is everyone so tall?
Well, you know, Roger Corman would be so very happy to see all this, because of course he was the man that said, you know, he could negotiate the contract in a phone booth, pay for everything with the money he found in the coin return, and of course shoot the whole thing in the phone booth. So he'd be right up this. This is right up his alley. You should call him up. We'll make the next movie with him.
Well, you know, when I sent it to Joe, he wrote back and he said, "Dee, you're the new Roger Corman." You know, he was, and Lewis and Rob Zombie, all very. I was nervous to send it to all these icons that I had worked with, you know, but they were very gracious, and they said, well, you know, we'll see, send it to us, we'll see. But they all loved it, and they all gave us some great quotes for the film, which I was very appreciative of. But, you know, they've all been there. They've all done films for nada.
Yeah.
Zip, nothing.
True.
So, so they knew, you know.
I think everyone's first movie is for nada. We generally try to forget it because it was so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, you're making some fun ones now. That's the good part.
Yeah.
Yes. I know you did this as a thank you for the fans, and I say thank you from the fans.
Yes.
Absolute pleasure watching this, and I sometimes from a film festival perspective, you become a little numb to the different movies because you're watching so many. So it's an absolute pleasure when you can start. You feel your heart beating a little bit, right? Your palms are getting sweaty because you don't know what's happening. You're watching the reactions of everyone who's falling one by one by one. What started out as a kind of like an all-star cast, you're like, oh, look at all these horror bits. You get into the film, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, they're dying. And then you start seeing them nervous, and then you get nervous, and you're like, oh, you guys got me. Right? I love that feeling. Like, damn, I got it. Oh, shucks. Yep. Dee Wallace did it again.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much for putting this together. It was an absolute bomb to watch. I hope you guys, who knows if this leads to anything more, or if it was just a one-off, said, you know, we had fun in doing it. It's out there, enjoy. Either way, it's a gem that we're all going to cherish for a long time.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
And also, guys, please let us know what you guys are up to. If you have any other projects you're working on.
Absolutely. And we'll give them the ubiquitous. Everyone is invited to the Horror Film Festival next year.
There we go. About to say, yes. You remember?
Your
we invite everybody.
Ears, honey. Your mouth.
Every filmmaker, every writer, every director. We invite them all to San Jose next year.
Yes.
Yay. Hopefully we're allowed to be out and about by then.
That's
God,
right.
I hope so. Yeah, as fun as it is watching horror movies at home, quarantine. Yeah, at some point, like, can we go outside now? Is it safe?
Yeah.
Can we go out and play?
I haven't seen my neighbor
By
in
the
6
way,
months.
Well, I'm a horror host. I'm perfectly happy indoors, you know, forever. I'm saving a lot of money because I'm not driving the hearse around.
Yeah.
So,
I heard a recent study that us horror fans are coping a lot better with the pandemic, because we're just used to kind of
we've seen
practicing our fear and our kind of coping mechanism. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Good point.
But I'd like to start off. Gabrielle, where can our viewers find you?
So I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Gabrielle Stone.
All right, and you, Chris?
My mom won't know. She's at the Dee Wallace.
Hey,
Dee Wallace.
It was either like take the blame for her, or we would get to her and she'd be like, Gabrielle.
My handle's ChrisHeck13. Instagram's my biggest thing that I use, but also Letterboxd, and I think I have a Twitter, or ChrisHeck13.com as well.
Awesome. And you, Dee, where should we be sending fans?
Where should we be sending fans for Stay Home?
For Dee Wallace. If people are interested, they've never known Dee Wallace, which I find hard to believe.
Right.
This will be the first one they see Dee Wallace in.
What?
I know, right? You're still getting new fans.
She's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at the Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace.
That's right. If I'm friends with Dee Wallace, you can be friends with Dee Wallace.
That's right, baby.
By the way, Dee. By the way, I had a friend of mine who worked on Death House, and he kind of invited me to come down while you guys were filming, but unfortunately, I couldn't make it because we're at Monster Palooza that weekend, and he goes like, "Hey, what are you doing on Monday? We're filming part of Death House. You want to come by and do some interviews?" And I kind of went like, "I wish I could."
Call me next time. I'll go down.
You missed your chance, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, I know. Hey, I get invited to productions at times, but
he's the star of the show. What can I say?
Yeah.
He's too busy.
Really.
Actually, Dee, before we go, I had a question about one of your movies, one of your pieces. That's one I'm sure you've been asked lots of times before. So pardon me if we've been through this before. You know, it's the one you did with that and all the fangs and claws and the long hair. You remember that one? Out there in the forest. Bigfoot and Wild Boar. That one.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
He's going to try and get out of the call. Oh, wait a minute.
Get out.
I know.
Signal problems.
What is that? The first thing I ever did?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Look,
I have no memory of it at all.
Okay.
Nothing. I can't help you with any questions.
Oh well. We'll just
Sorry.
have to live with the rest of it.
There's the
no
quote.
recall of that at all.
I'll simply have to live here with the thought of the image of you and Michael Berryman and God knows how many other people, dirty after being in the desert all day, in one Winnebago, side by side, trying to sweat it out because, of course, freezing cold at night, burning hot in the day.
Yeah, it was.
And then, of course,
I spent a lot of time in my car.
And then you lost the rattlesnake at one point.
Oh, we lost a rattlesnake.
You found a spider, though.
You know, I
which is not necessarily
really questioned them a lot before I worked with the tarantula, and then I found out that they hadn't milked the tarantula. Yeah, it was, you know, it was let's put on a show, but we all, again, this was, for most of us, our big break, you know, so we were just happy to be working.
Yes.
And then, of course, the more you work and the more movies you do, the less happy you get.
I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to Stay Home and hanging around while we talk to Dee Wallace, Chris Heck, and Gabrielle Stone and learning more about the movie. It's an absolute pleasure once again for having you guys on. Thank you very much for your time. I wish you guys all the success. And when things fully reopen, yes, we're going to be watching your careers with great interest. And Dee, you keep scaring people. You just keep doing what you're doing.
That's the goal, baby.
Because
that's the goal.
This is what you're best at. Thank you.
Thank you
for having
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, thank you again for joining the Grim and Bloody Theater. Tune in for next episode. Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
All right. Take care.